Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the On Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of On Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It's Friday, March 23rd, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your On Annapolis Daily News Brief. Welcome to day 2 of the Annapolis Film Festival. Boy, I'll tell you, last night's Beirut was incredible, and the party at the Boys and Girls Clubs was equally impressive with all of the Mideastern fare, the drinks, and everything else. The 6th year is off to a great start. Do get out today, tomorrow, and Sunday and see a film right here in Annapolis. Everything's in walking distance. Incredible amount of fun. Some sad news to report out of Southern Maryland this morning. Jaelynn Willey has been taken off of life support. The 16-year-old, you will remember, was the victim of a school shooting earlier last week where a 17-year-old shot her in the head. Melissa Willey, Jaelynn's mother, said that she felt it was important as a mom that she share the news personally. In a statement to the media last night, she said, "As of now, Jaelynn is still on life support, but she will not make it. She is brain dead and has nothing, no life left in her." Here's a sentence I never thought I would say, but there's some interesting news from the Census Department. Baltimore City's population declined by 5,310 people between 2016 and 2017, which is the second highest decrease among U.S. counties. Cook County, Illinois, where Chicago sits, was the largest decline, but as a whole, the Baltimore region, which does include Anne Arundel County, grew by 7,147. And that increase was enough to bounce St. Louis out of the top 20 most populous regions. And Baltimore area now sits at the 20th most populous region in the United States. But conversely, over the last 7 years, the Baltimore area region saw its population grow 3.6%, which was one of the slowest among 53 metro areas where populations are greater than 1 million. And in terms of money, there are more than 11 million millionaire households. I want to go on record that I'm not one of them, but the number of millionaires in the country rose by more than 700,000 last year. Obviously, a lot of that comes from the high stock prices we've seen over the last year and housing values. And households worth more than $25 million, there are now a total of 172,000 of those in the United States. And full disclosure, I'm not one of those either. While some people may be moving into the Baltimore metro area, it seems that German grocer Lidl might not be. There was all the talk in 2016 about opening several locations in Maryland, and there's one right down here in Annapolis, but everything seems to have gone on hold right now. Mike Gioso, who's a vice president with McKenzie Retail, said that the Lidl representatives have spoken with several brokers and developers, but have not inked any deals. He said in many cases they've tied up the sites for an extensive study period and then did nothing. However, Lidl spokeswoman Will Harwood said that plans for Maryland expansion are still in motion. The company is building its first Maryland store in Bowie at 13401 Annapolis Road. And there is rumor that there's one under construction on the Eastern Shore down near Denton. So I don't know, that might make some people happy that there's not a new grocery store coming in on Bay Ridge Road. I don't know, I think Giant can use some competition. Krish Vignarajah pulled the W card out in her latest YouTube ad in her quest to run for governor. In the ad, she is shown nursing her daughter, Alana. In it, she says, "They say no man can beat Larry Hogan. Well, I'm no man." Vignarajah is one of 8 Democrats running for the seat and the only woman, and she has chosen a female as a running mate in Sharon Blake. Throughout the ad, she does nurse her daughter, and she wraps it up by saying, "I'm a mom, I'm a woman, and I want to be your next governor." There is some controversy surrounding her candidacy and whether she can even legally be governor of Maryland. Apparently, she was registered in 2 locations, Washington, D.C., when she worked for the White House, as well as Maryland, and her most recent election she did vote in was in D.C., so she may not technically be able to run, and I believe that is still in the courts trying to figure out her candidacy. That's it for the news today. And because it is Friday, we do have our suggestion of things to do this weekend. And boy, there are a lot of them. And of course, like we have every day, George Young with DMV Weather, and he's going to bring you your local weather forecast right after Sean O'Neill. Hang tight.
I'm Sean O'Neill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. More than likely, the primary reason you save and invest is to achieve your life goals while ensuring your long-term financial well-being. But before you can determine your preparedness towards your goals, you need long-term answers to important questions about how much money you need, where it will come from, and how long it will last. RBC Wealth Plan, a new industry-leading tool, is now available to help answer these questions and develop your personal plan using a conversational approach. With RBC Wealth Plan, we can create a personal analysis based on these unique goals while offering you the ability to weigh certain decisions and determine what's best for you and your family. Call me, Sean O'Neill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, March 23rd. Yesterday was a great comeback day with sun and temps in the mid to upper 40s after Wednesday's snowstorm, and today will be another solid day of sunshine, temps in the 40s, and more quickly melting snow as the much stronger sun does its job this time of year. Look for Saturday to be more or less the same with 40s, but clouds will be on the increase in the afternoon, and we'll just have to wait to see exactly what might happen overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning, as there's a small but valid chance another storm could bring some very small snows our way. Regardless, Sunday should be a fairly nice day out for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County, though still a bit chilly in the 40s, but it's all about to be replaced next week by 50s and maybe even 60s just in time for the Orioles season and home opener on Thursday, March 29th at 3:05 p.m. at Camden Yards. It's that time of year again. Time for winter to hit the bricks and for spring to settle in for good. So get out and about and enjoy the weekend. And if any snow materializes, we'll provide an update here on Eye on Annapolis and also on our app, website, Facebook, and Twitter. This is George Young of DMV Weather, and that's it for us today. Enjoy yourselves out there, whatever you get into this weekend. And remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Hi, this is Randy.
And Claudia Boldiga. Please join us and our presenting sponsor, RXNT, on Saturday, April 28th on AAMC's South Campus for Denim and Diamonds Bash. Proceeds will benefit mental health and addiction services in our community. Now more than ever, we need to focus on this critical need.
The bash sold out last year, so don't delay and join us for this fabulous night under the stars. Can't make the party? You can still help by purchasing a raffle ticket.
This year's raffle is a stunning 4-piece amethyst jewelry collection donated by Cezanne Jewelers, valued at $5,000. Only 100 tickets will be sold for the raffle, so don't miss out. For event or raffle tickets, go to AAMCdenimanddiamonds.org.
Thanks for your support of Anne Arundel Medical Center's efforts to improve the availability of mental health and addiction services throughout our community.
Remember, it's not just a party, it's a party with a purpose.
Need to make plans for the weekend? We got you covered. Here are our top picks. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for the events newsletter with a listing of all the upcoming area events.
Thank God it's
Friday. And yes, thank God it is Friday. Boy, I'll tell you, the weekend is jam-packed. The Annapolis Film Festival got underway last night with 2 great parties and the debut of Beirut with John Hamm. Fantastic movie. Hopefully they will show it again on Sunday at the Best of the Fest. If you're looking to go to the Annapolis Film Festival, you can still get your tickets. I recommend getting your tickets and passes online at AnnapolisFilmFestival.com, and then you just pick them up at the Asbury United Methodist Church right on West Street. There is a parking lane, so you can park, zip in, go get them, and be on your way. You can purchase them at the venues if you're looking for individual tickets as well. The film festival goes all weekend long through about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock on Sunday night. Check out all the details at AnnapolisFilmFestival.com. Tonight, K&B True Value, the Hardware Happy Hour, is back again from 5 to 7 p.m. You can take 20% off of all of your purchase. There are a few exceptions, but it's a great time to stock up on all that spring stuff that you know we all need. And I do believe that spring really is here this time. Tomorrow over in Bowie at the Bowie Gymnasium from 10 to 2 p.m., it's the Chesapeake Family Life Camp Fair. If you're trying to figure out what to do with your kids over the summer and putting them in the basement and locking the door is not an option, go here. There's going to be dozens of camps that are going to be represented. You can find just the perfect spot for your kids to have a great time this summer. At 11 a.m. on Saturday at Lawyers Mall, March for Our Lives. And this is a march for gun control, and this was organized by a Severn School junior. They will gather at Lawyers Mall at 11 a.m. There will be some speeches, and then they will march from Lawyers Mall around the circles and down Main Street to City Dock. Also tomorrow from 10 to 6 at the 10 Oaks Ballroom in Clarksville. It's the Howard County Home Expo, and if you missed the one here in Annapolis, it's kind of the same thing. They've got a few different vendors, but if you have some home projects, make the trip out there. It's a lot of fun. And they will have Richard Karn he wasn't from Tool Time, he was from Home Improvement. That was the name. Tool Time was the show on Home Improvement. He will be there as well. And that's tomorrow from 10 to 6 and Sunday from 11 to 5 at the 10 Oaks Ballroom in Clarksville. Also tomorrow at the Annapolis Maritime Museum, it is that time of the year, although it is not happening on the first day of spring. It is the oyster roast and sock burning right there on the shores of Back Creek from noon to 4 p.m. at the Annapolis Maritime Museum. $25 will get you in. Make sure you bring your dirtiest, stinkiest, grossest pair of socks to throw in the bonfire that they are going to light up off the beach. A lot of good times there. Whatever you pick to do this weekend, whether it's a sock burning, the film fest, the home expo, or just going out and have a good time, just be safe, and we will see you on Monday.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.